Alright guys, welcome to the Righteous Court era saga. This is the first era saga of the Abyssal era. This is the new thing where they only have one era saga. So let's play it through and see the story. Um at least now you don't need like an entire protagonist. You just need the monsters in the Righteous Court books, which is easier to do because, let's say like you missed a season, you don't have to go and find one specific monster to do it. So let's go over the lore piece here. Um, oh wait, okay, so it looks pretty long. It's just one era saga. So let's go over the lore. I want to see how they incorporate all these storylines into one thing. So, disappeared, you say? Yes. She threatened to leave if I didn't step down from the throne many times, but I never thought she'd actually do it. But I can't step down and let her rule the realm so that she can destroy it. Destroy it? Well, not exactly, but she and her friends are a group of rebels, and they want the realm to be their playground. You know, she took my place while I was away with the other war masters. When I came back, the realm was a disaster. She was too young to be queen, and the power went to her head. She was a cruel queen. I had to remove her. It took me years to undo the damage she caused. That's why I hadn't left the ocean at all until today. And that's what she's angry about? Was she expecting to remain queen even after you returned? She did expect to return to the throne at some point. But the thing is, I haven't seen any change in her to earn my trust. I would gladly step down and let her reign if she proved that she could lead our realm with grace and fairness. But it seems that instead of growing up, she's only become angrier and hungrier for vengeance. So I don't know what she's up to. I am truly worried. Then here's the overseer. Your Majesties, a soldier from the eastern regions is here to deliver a message. Right, so Fury Dojo faction. Alright, it's funny that she goes behind Darien when she's the mythical. A message. The current rulers of the eastern regions usually bring nothing but trouble. I mean, I think Chiao Long would be like a good peacemaker, but... And here we have Pigkin, the free Legends Pass monster from this year. King Darien and Queen Luthien of the Light Kingdom. I'm here to announce the forthcoming wedding of Yaogoi Wangzhao, Emperor of the Eastern Regions, and Mighty Thetis of the Water Realm. That's not possible. She's not happy about that. As rulers of the Light Kingdom, you are welcome to pay your respects at the wedding ceremony, which will take place on the next night of the Worm Moon at the Imperial Dojo. End of the announcement. I'm surprised they let a guy with that big sword do it. Well, there's your answer, dear Thalassa. She's left to be Empress of the Eastern Regions. And they have the cheek to invite us to the absolute threat of a wedding. How insulting. I mean, sheesh, man. It's not that bad. And she's given herself a new name? Did she transform? I fear the worst. What if she's taken our most prized underwater treasure to make that happen? I must go back and talk this with my council. While you do that, we'll take action too. Alright, so she leaves. Let's see what Darien suggests. Action? Do you mean what I think you mean? Yes, Darien. We've talked about this. We've been through way too many crises in the past couple years. We need help. We need our ancestor. You're right, but the journey to get the elements we need to summon Griffina won't be easy. I'll gather the troops. Alright, so it looks like King Darien is taking his army out on his way to get all of the elements required, apparently, to summon Griffina. So, well, first I actually want to make sure that I have like a good setup for this thing, because once I'm done recording this video, I'm just going to complete the Era Saga, so I want to have just everything set up already. These are the monsters that you can use in this Era Saga. Not too many great options, but you'll probably have a few, as if you played during the Corrupted Era, they gave out a lot of Royal Kingdom monsters. So let's just give you the Flamera's Essence. I think Crozier of Peace is good. Let's give you Smite. I think Smite sounds good. Yeah, or wait. Actually, no, not Smite. What? Actually, no. Yeah, Smite would be good because if I fight an anticipation monster, like I remember in his era saga, there were a ton of anticipation monsters that it would have been good if I had Smite to just hit them, disable anticipation, and destroy them. For her, I'll just run Pain Distiller because that's like, you know, a basic great talent to run on any monster from the corrupted era. And let's fight. So we're gonna be doing this like the whole way through. I don't know if Demonic Pact. You know what, Demonic Pact? If you can kill them like that, then I'll run you. So I'm actually pretty happy. I'm conflicted on this change because in the first place, I loved the idea that there were two era sagas and two protagonists. One was free and one you could pay for. So at least it'd give some value to the pay to win guy and the free to play guy. You know, they'd both get an era saga with all of these amazing rewards and a talent. Now they've replaced that for one era saga, but you don't need a protagonist. So let's say you miss the Legends Pass that season and you wouldn't get Pigkin or Mighty Thedes, even if you did have money. You could just go back, and if you have the monsters of the faction, which good chance you do, because, you know, Monster Legends does a very good job of at any point you're playing the game, they're always releasing monsters that will be in a future faction. So you'll always like have the monsters to do this kind of thing, but it was always that, oh, I have Righteous Court monsters, but I don't have, let's say, Sir Valgar. So now you don't need Sir Valgar. You can just do it, which is, it's a nice change. I like it. Some people won't like it, but I gotta say it's great. But the only thing is, it was a lot better when we had two. But playing this thing through, I like to see how they can incorporate it so that this is a good thing, you know? Like, make it so that, hey, this change isn't actually bad because they incorporated it so well, which it looks like they already have, that, you know, this is the Light Kingdoms era saga, but they're incorporating the other storylines to kick it off already. I think this might be, like, a good new format because before, like, you know, Pigkin, for example, this season's Legends Pass monster, how would they have made that era saga interesting? Same thing with Clogor. He was literally like a plot piece last time. So I like that now we just take a faction, which is basically a book. You know, a faction is like, it's like a, I don't know what to say, hectagon? The five thing, pentagon. Yeah. I'll show you after this batch. So up in the corner, the Righteous Court logo is a pentagon, and it's kind of 3D. That's a faction. So now era sagas will just be carried out by factions. So let's see it. All right, Queen Bathshet. King Darian, out of all our neighbors, I didn't take you for our enemy. Queen Bathshet, please forgive us. We should have announced ourselves. What's the reason behind this very unexpected and hostile visit? Emperor Yaogoi Wangzhou of the eastern regions. What has he done this time? I thought the honorable rebels were about to succeed in taking him down. It seems that they were, so he's made an alliance with Thedes. Thedes? From the Water Realm? Yes. But isn't Queen Thalassa ruling there, isn't it? Yes, but Thedes has a group of supporters, and apparently, she might have taken a sacred resource from the bottom of the ocean. We suspect that she's offered it to Wang Zhao to forge their alliance. That way, they both win. She gets to be queen, or empress in this case, and Wang Zhao gets the boost he desperately needs to stay in power. Anyways, that's just our theory for the moment, so he's operating off a theory. Queen Thalassa's back in the Water Realm, and we should hear from her soon. Then we'll know if that sacred resource has disappeared along with Thedes or not. I understand, but what does all this have to do with your army raiding the free reigns? Well, best that we've been through so much in the last couple of years. We're barely holding ourselves together. We can't go into another war without help. So Empress Luthien had an idea to summon our ancestor. Oh. That is a big decision, King Darian. Are you sure of it? Alright, so we are. But as you know, to summon Gryphina, we need certain elements, one of which can only be found here in your lands. You should have started with that, Darian. I know about Griffinna's golden scale. You know where to find it. We won't put up resistance. Thanks very much, Queen Bastet and Princess Ferretta. Apologies for the trouble we've caused. You can count on us as allies in this war. Well, I mean, of course, if they're about to have an ancestor, of course you want to start being allies with them. All right, so let's carry on. So let's see. Boom. Oh my gosh, even fire on fire still kills them. I love that rank 4 beginning of the battle damage. So let's keep going. It's wait. All right, so I mean, this is going pretty well. I do like the Era Saga, and as you see, even though this could have just been a King Darien Era Saga, they would never give an Era Saga to a legendary monster. So they have incorporated a lot of people, and it looks like we're fighting the fiery forces, and then King Barbatos, the King of Hell. Very interesting to see what King Barbatos is going to have to do with anything. I mean, like, next season is when we get our next ancestor. This season it's Griffinna Ironwing, so of course the lore is all about her. But next season is, and I've seen the sneak peeks, you know, the leaks. Next season's ancestor is Diablos Hellbringer, the Underworld faction's ancestor. So I wonder how they'll make it work. Like, they've started off with the expectation a bit too high. It reminds me a lot of the War Masters, where the ancestors are just extremely powerful. I mean, they started off the first ancestor with like a virtue skill mirror, trait immune to control, trait positive effect protection, metal and light pierce monster. That is just like as OP as you can get. So they've started off with the bang, and I think it's going to be just like the War Masters, where when you think about them and their time ruling the light meta, it always stands out to you because, like, oh, War Master Elvira was so OP. Evasion started at the battle. She was used by absolutely everyone. You'll still see bases of her by people who didn't change it. She was amazing. And then you think, oh yeah, War Master Sherazar, War Master Ragnarok. These are monsters who absolutely ruled the meta. And then there's people like War Master Barbiel, who are just they were just there. He was very underwhelming. So I wonder if that's going to be the case with ancestors. Obviously, they're all supposed to be powerful. They're all supposed to be like the extremely strong, you know, trump card of every single faction. But if every faction has a if every faction has an ancestor, then obviously some are going to be underwhelming because they can't just keep on giving them pierce and immune to control, positive effect protection. Not only would that be cheap, it'd be broken, right? And obviously, even SP can't get away with that kind of repetition. Now, I will say, Griffinna Ironwing started off, her first trait is immune to control plus positive effect protection. So positive effect protection was a rank 1 trait. If every single ancestor has positive effect protection, no, not positive effect protection, trait protection at rank 1, it is going to be a very, very hard time dealing with any of them. Because that is just, it's a bit strong to start. You know? So that's just something to keep in mind with next season. Since we just, at the end of it, I'm assuming we fight the King of Hell Barbatos, and that's why he brings out his ancestor next season. I wonder how that works. It'll be interesting. But you see how instead of having a protagonist like King Darien, even though I heard King Darien is going to get a reboot, so it kind of doesn't make sense that he didn't just get it this season. Even despite of that, it's really cool how they've had him just going around already in this season, including all of these different lands, all these different aspects. I think this era is going to be good. I remember people were ready, absolutely ready to just like take a poop on this era before it even started. But I've got a positive outlook. It is kind of bad, but let's see what this lore has to do. So, looks like we've only got one more lore spot before the next one. So this is the famous Peak of Conciliation. Oh, Klatch was like a personification of this. I expected it to be more glorious, cleaner. It smells funny. It's a mountain deer. Its significance is historic, not aesthetic. I love that. And of course a princess would say all that. King Darien, Bella Ball. I was expecting you. All right, Elvira. Of course you were, dear Elvira. I gather you already know our situation? Yes, I've been discussing it with the rest of the angels. We're not supposed to take part in worldly conflicts, and I must warn you that awakening an ancestor may unleash a string of consequences. We are aware, Elvira, but we're left with little choice. Alright, I won't stop you, but I do have bad news. You've come here looking for 2 elements, but I can only give you one of them. Oh, why is that? An angel feather is something I carry with me always, obviously, but the turquoise, someone else has it. Oh, but can we ask them to give it to us so that we can summon Griffina? They must understand. They will understand, but I doubt they'll be willing to give it to you anyways. Impossible. Who has it? Barbatos Rex. Oh. We gave it to him as part of our peace treaty. It was a recoordination gift to him. He liked it so much that he fit it in his scepter. Oh no. Moreover, I'm sure that he has a liking for Yaogoi Wang Zhao. It's part of his fun. So what are you saying is that we're gonna have to fight for it? I'm sorry, Darian. Alright, so it looks like that's why Barbatos was the final boss, and it really does look like we're gonna have to fight him to get what we need to summon Griffina in that scepter. So yeah, I really gotta suggest this demonic pact. Funnily enough, it is Barbatos Rex Era Saga. It's his talent. For the beginning nodes, it just instant kills. Look at this. Boom, 40,000 damage. All of it. Wow, this really speeds through Era Sagas. I really should have been doing this more. I guess there's also an armor that can do that. I think it's is it Syntheris armor that does the shock to everyone at the beginning of the battle? Or a bunch of damage. I don't know. Either way, this is really making it easy on me. Bright Andromeda. And luckily enough, when I start fighting the mythics, I have King Charmless. And he is a monster who really benefited from the changes in the game over time. Because now, instead of, the best thing you can do for an infinite extra turn monster to increase their damage output, because if you give them triple damage, they're going to attack with it once, do light damage, and then the next turn they're not going to have triple damage anymore. So the best thing you can do so that they can attack infinitely and it won't wear out is elemental weakness. And that's great for Prince Charmless, because even before he would apply it, look right there, and then he would do his infinite damage. It would do even more damage. It would kill quicker, but that was when the elemental weakness was only 0.5. Now it's almost triple damage to attack a monster with an elemental weakness. So even though it doesn't put Prince Charmless back in the meta or anything like that, nothing crazy, it absolutely makes him a very, very strong monster. And he is really the bane of all magic monsters, because he can just tear them apart. And he can give the weakness, so no one's really safe. So, AoE, done. Looks like we're getting close to the end. And I do want to say something. This is my first video, and I don't even know if you could tell. You probably couldn't. My first video doing a voiceover. The audio or something, the format got messed up, so I had to voice it over. And I thought it'd be worth it since, the first video went super smoothly, but I lost the audio. So tell me if you like it. Tell me if it came out well. I was super nervous to voice over a video. I really thought it wouldn't go well, but it's actually gone great, and I've been able to sync the timing decently well. So leave it in the comments if you realized or not before now. So, crown throw. Alright, dead. And look at this, even with tanks like this, the second it gets to my Prince Charmless, he'll just give them the elemental weakness and he'll tear them apart. Sadly, Gahizo, the biggest evasion fan. So force, ooh, those dots are dangerous. Oh yes, Pain Distiller is so amazing. Alright, so I'm just going to do Crux, Council, kill Monk Flameorg. Make it so you can't do any extra turns. You do evasion again, but I have Trick of the Light, so I'll block your evasions, and look at what he does. So I'm just going to kill you without wasting my nature weakness, Gahizo. So boom, boom. In 3 moves, I kill her. But then look at this. Look at how much power this packs in. And the damage output is not even that much, but 75k, 48k. That nature weakness is absolutely destructive. And kill. So let's see it. The final Era Saga. The final piece. Why are we fighting Lord Barbatos? Or Barbatos Rex. I honestly love Barbatos Rex. The name is so cool. Ha 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 ha. I'm sorry. I didn't do that any better the first time. Very funny, little earthly king. But no. This is a matter of utmost importance. That stone belongs to Griffina. Well, if it wasn't Elvira's to give away, then it's a horrible gift. I'll remind her of that. However, I'm still keeping it because it looks good on my scepter and because I don't like you that much. All right, what a Chad. Then you leave me no choice to this earthly king and his earthly army. All right, and looks like they decide to take on the king of hell. I don't know. That could never be a good idea. Like, sure, you're so righteous, like you're basically guaranteed to get into heaven, like canonically, or the celestial paladin, right? But I mean, to fight the king of hell, I feel like if you're just an earthly kingdom, that's a big step for you to try and take to fight the entire king of hell. That is really could never be a good idea if you're going there in the end or not. So there's Barbatos Rex. We do Electrified. It shouldn't be too much of a problem. It's the easy era saga. There's no trouble. I think this might be one of the harder era sagas since the easy one took me this long. But I was reading through the lore, and Demonic Pact literally killed most of the nodes first try. So I'll do just fine. So victory, spin the roulette, see what I get the last time. Oh, just food. Food is good. All right, we get the frames, and let's see how we end the first Abyssal Era saga. Have you ever seen Gryphina yourself, father? No, the last monster to see Gryphina before she left the final time after a mission was my grandfather, King Lyrian III. So ancient ancestor, geez. Let's not waste another minute. Do it, Darian. All right, I'm nervous. Here we go. I, King Darian II, son of Helmut IV, grandson of Lyrian III, carrier of the royal blood of the lineage of Eurex, present thee, Gryphina Ironwing, glorious ancestor of the righteous court, with your three treasures: a golden scale unearthed from the sands of the desert, the feather of an angel, and the turquoise of purity. All right. Oh, wait, look at that. The magic's happening. Gryphina Ironwings, I summon thee to fulfill thy sacred duty of protecting our kingdom. Be our light in these dark times. All right. And there she is, guys, the ancestor of the royal court, here to change the game of Monster Legends. All right, that's the new ancestor mythic, an entire era saga basically introducing her. Here's how you get her. I hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, leave a like to support the video. It means a lot. Be ready for next season. There's going to be more. I really like this era saga and definitely do it. So it's free to play and it's easy for anyone to get to. Leave a comment and I will respond. What are your thoughts on the era saga? Did you like it? Do you like the new format or do you wish it was back to the old way? I'm kind of in between. This is a good new way. And subscribe to join the Crab Army. We are about to hit 200 subscribers, guys. That is absolutely insane. And I thank you guys so much for it. It means the world. And I love making content for you guys. Tell me if you enjoy me reading these. I enjoy reading it. This channel has helped me get a confident voice, so I think I'm doing pretty good. And tell me if I do decent in this voiceover. Hope you enjoyed the video. Hope to see you in the next one. And I hope you enjoyed the Era Saga. That's about it. Your favorite Omnious Crab signing out. I'll see you next time.